Shiro Ishii was born on June 25, 1892, in Shibayama, Chiba Prefecture, Japan. Raised in a relatively affluent family, Ishii demonstrated academic excellence from a young age. His intelligence and ambition led him to pursue higher education at the Kyoto Imperial University, where he earned his medical degree in 1920. His early career was marked by a keen interest in microbiology and immunology, areas that would later play a significant role in his notorious activities. After graduating, Ishii joined the Imperial Japanese Army as a military surgeon. His charisma and intellect quickly caught the attention of his superiors. In 1928, he was sent to Europe and the United States to study advancements in biological and chemical warfare. This exposure to international research in these fields fueled his ambition to develop similar capabilities for Japan. Upon his return, Ishii began advocating for the establishment of a Japanese program dedicated to biological warfare. In 1936, Ishii's ambitions were realized with the creation of Unit 731, a covert biological and chemical warfare research and development unit of the Imperial Japanese Army. Officially known as the Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department, its true purpose was far more sinister. Based in Pingfang, near Harbin in occupied Manchuria, Unit 731 became the epicenter of some of the most horrific war crimes committed during World War II. Under Ishii's direction, Unit 731 conducted inhumane experiments on thousands of prisoners, including Chinese civilians, Soviet POWs, and others. These experiments included vivisections, amputations, and forced infections with deadly pathogens such as plague, cholera, anthrax, and more. Victims were subjected to extreme temperatures, dehydration, and explosive tests to study the effects on the human body. One of the most notorious aspects of Unit 731's research was its frostbite experiments. Prisoners were forced to immerse their limbs in ice water and then subjected to various methods of rewarming to study the progression and treatment of frostbite. These cruel experiments were conducted without any anesthesia, causing immense suffering and death. Ishii's unit also conducted field tests of biological weapons. Plague-infected fleas were released in Chinese villages, leading to outbreaks that killed thousands of civilians. Contaminated water sources and food supplies were used to spread diseases. These biological attacks were designed to test the efficacy of these weapons and to gather data on the spread of diseases. The activities of Unit 731 remained a closely guarded secret until the end of World War II. Following Japan's surrender, Ishii and many of his colleagues were captured by American forces. In a controversial move, the United States granted them immunity from prosecution in exchange for their research data on biological warfare. This decision allowed Ishii and his associates to escape justice and live out their lives without facing trial for their war crimes. Shiro Ishii died on October 9, 1959, from throat cancer. He lived his post-war life in relative obscurity, never publicly acknowledging the atrocities committed under his command. The full extent of Unit 731's activities and the suffering of its victims only became widely known years after the war, as survivors and former members came forward with their testimonies.